Hello, everybody, and welcome to this live broadcast today. Today, I'm joined by some famous industry faces, as you can see. We have Trish from Newcastle, from IH Newcastle, Gavin from IH Cape Town, and we should also have Ray from IH Malta. But for some technical reasons, we are not able to have Ray with us at the moment. So, as soon as Ray's IT guru sorts out this issue, Ray will be able to join us as well. So, in the meantime, Gavin, Trish, how are you guys doing?
And
Ladies
Ladies
first.
first.
there's no ladies here. Oh, okay. Hello. We're doing okay, but obviously, like everybody in the industry, it's bloody challenging. Sorry, I shouldn't have sworn. I'll not do it again. But it's really, really a difficult time for everyone. But we're doing our best to try and find different ways to make an income, to try and keep the pot bubbling or whatever, or boiling, as you can say. So we're working from home like everyone else. I've just come into the office for this meeting because it's easier. And basically, we're trying to keep happy, but it's not the easiest time at the moment. But I think everyone feels the same. It's a difficult time for all our industry.
Definitely for all of us. Yeah, how are things in Cape Town?
Well, it's a winter's day because obviously we're in our winter, and it's just 18 degrees today, so it is quite cold. So I thought I'd wear my African top for you all
I
to
love
sort of
it.
give you a little bit of the African feel. Well, International House Cape Town has been closed since lockdown, which was on the 23rd of March. But I was locked down 2 weeks before that because I came back from Europe and I was due to visit Malta, but I never managed to get there, unfortunately. So I'm getting definitely cabin fever. I've now got a little bit of a beard. I can't be bothered to shave every single morning, but it's nice. And yeah, Cape Town is Cape Town. Beautiful sunny days, cold nights. Um, that we've mothballed the business at the moment until such time as we can open again and receive international students, which doesn't look like it's going to be soon. Hence the reason why Trish, myself, and Ray came up with the idea about doing some online courses together.
Mm-hmm.
Some a little bit different than the normal sort of just boring English courses, which everybody likes anyway. So this was what was born through an idea from Ray. So we're looking forward to chatting to you about that.
And this is exactly kind of, I want to take a lead from what you said, because you mentioned an interesting word there, Gavin. You said slightly different. I think ever since the breakout of this pandemic, all we've been hearing about is online courses. Everybody has gone all out with doing online courses. Trish, I'm going to ask the first question to you.
Okay.
How is this IH teen program different from everything else that's out there?
Well, we feel it's different because basically a student will come to us, sit obviously online, and they will be able to explore. That's the name of our program, Teen Explorer,
Teen Explorer, yeah.
different destinations. Now, of course, we wanted to do this together because we're all international house, and we all have similar teaching standards and also a similar outlook. So we decided what we would do. Each school would prepare like 3 days of their own city, and lessons to do with, say, for us, like Harry Potter and all that. Then share one day with another one of our schools, one day with Cape Town for us, and one day with Malta. So the students all get the opportunity to see three different destinations. And apart from the fact it's good for the students to have that now, it's also good for us as schools to be looking forward to the future and promoting three schools as well. So I think that from my perspective, that's what I find, well, I think it's different.
Okay. Gav, anything to add from your side?
No, that's exactly why the idea was born. We just wanted to do something a little bit different, because as you say, sat in an online class talking about verbs and this type of thing. We wanted something which was really interesting. And what does interest people? Well, that's travel. Everybody wants to travel, and that's why they come to our schools, so that they can travel and learn and be in the destination. Whether it be Malta, whether it be Newcastle, or whether it be Cape Town, we all have got something to offer on the tourism side of things. So that is why the lessons are focused on some of the tourism things that go on here. Some of the people, like Mandela. One of the lessons is about Mandela, about that. One of them is about safari, and everybody wants to go safari. At least if you go online on safari, you don't get bitten by one of the lions. So it's,
Exactly.
uh, or you don't get whacked about the head by all those people flying around in Newcastle with on their broomsticks, including Patricia, of course.
Of
So yeah,
course.
so
I
we
wouldn't put
we want
that past Patricia, you know.
it's parked in the car park at the moment, I believe. So Trish tells me. Uh,
They
but
pretend.
yeah, so we just wanted something really a little bit different, and it's good that we've got such a great network as International House, and that we've got three schools who are prepared to do something together. And I know there's a lot of the other schools as well, Manchester and Belfast and people like that, who are doing very much the same types of programs. Um,
That's very
so
good.
it's really good. It's really good for for the network as well, so that people don't
Mhm.
forget who we are. It's very important.
I'm sure they won't. One of the conversations I had with Ray, and that way I'll be able to add some input about the Maltese side of things. When he introduced this idea to me, I think it was last week, he actually walked me through him. Ray and his team walked me through one of the courses of this IH Team Explorer. And what I saw was that from the Maltese side of things, they are going to have a virtual treasure hunt. So students will be able to click around various sites in our capital city, in Valletta. Like that, they will be able to experience things in Valletta and hopefully, be encouraged, be interested enough to visit the city once all of this is over. Trish, in Newcastle, what will the students be able to see? What will the Newcastle side of the program include?
Okay, well, it's going to be along similar lines because we decided we would make everything pretty similar. So we will be doing things like treasure hunts within the city. And obviously, there's a lot in Newcastle that's pretty iconic, like our bridges, like, the actual city itself is very, what's the word, historical. But also, we're going to explore the regions that we would have also been taking students if they had been able to come here too. So, for example, I mean, the north of England is very, very famous for like the Vikings, and of course, a lot of people are into that, especially young people at the moment, including me, of course. Um, and we will do things like historical exercises, but also make them fun. So they, as well as having the actual classes, they'll also be having a social program. That's the way the course is
Hmm.
going to be designed as much as we can. Of course, we also have the never-ending Harry Potter theme, because Anna Castle is
Of
one of our
course.
major tourist attractions. We've also got the Romans. There is so much in terms of historical content, as well as really, great fun places to visit within the city. So for us, that's going to be
Okay.
leaning, I'd say.
Okay. So you are going to in this IHP program, you are going to combine the social aspect as well as the academic side of things. Gav, how are you going to do it in Cape Town?
Well, we're going to do exactly the same. We just have different things that we do here. Obviously, South Africa is not known by that many people. Probably is known for the wrong reasons, but the right reasons are that it's a beautiful place to come and visit. And so our idea about this program is teaching the people what we have to offer here. Fantastic scenery, great food and wine, great history, and great culture. These are the things that we will be combining through the lessons, through quizzes, through virtual tours of the city, through bicycle tours of the city. everything that everybody knows a little bit about England and Newcastle and Malta, because they're well known. Unfortunately, Cape Town is not that well known, and South Africa is not that well known. We usually get the bad press, but not the good press. So our courses are designed to see something, to dangle the carrot to the person, so that hopefully when they come with their teenager groups next year or the year after, they can actually really, 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 really experience the real thing instead of doing it virtually.
Yeah.
There are so many different things, and I think now with the whole pandemic throughout the world, people are looking for virtual safaris, and they do a virtual safari. They can watch the lions eating and this type of thing, and then come and see them in live. So yeah, lots of things like that for us, Bernice.
It is also a way, I think, at least I see it from my perspective, from the perspective of somebody who loves traveling and, as you said at the beginning, is beginning to suffer from cabin fever. It's also a way to escape a little bit into a different world that right now we cannot access. And I guess it makes you want to go there even more once all of this is over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That is actually one of the main reasons that we did do it, of course, to make an income as well. Um, so I think as well, what we wanted to do is also help our agents because well, I'm just talking from Newcastle's perspective because obviously this is our high season coming up. We
Hmm.
had a lot of groups booked in, a lot of juniors, very many, much more than we'd ever had before, sadly. Um, but so we wanted to say to the agents who kept coming to us saying, "What are we going to do? We don't want to cancel." But because for them, of course, they want to keep the groups as well. It's their income as
Of
well.
course.
Um, so we decided if we could just roll out this online program, at least we could offer the agents something. And what we're planning to do is actually go to our agents and say, look, try to get those students who are still on our books to come and go move them to online. And next year, hopefully, it will be fine. We can come and we'll give some sort of incentive to the agents and to the students, obviously, in terms of payment, whatever. We haven't decided what yet, but
But
that's the
that
I
is
plan.
think
very
I think
interesting. Go,
Come on,
Gav.
Trish. Come on, Trish.
So,
Give them one of those beautiful IH bears. You know what I mean? or a T-shirt with I've experienced the team program in Newcastle.
There you go.
Yeah,
Or one of the
the
mods.
mug. Fantastic, fantastic.
I've got thousands of them in the cupboard, the toilet roll.
You can keep them for when we start traveling again.
We want to try and encourage
Exactly, exactly.
agents. Yeah, with me.
It's yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah,
it's
we're just
not
doing
an
everything we
easy
can to
task.
keep.
But back to the conversation about helping agents, because I think this is one of the questions that we get asked a lot by our agents. What are the schools doing in order to help us, in order to make our lives that little bit easier? So I would like to perhaps go in a little bit deeper on this topic. From your side, from the Cape Town side of things, and if Ray is following us, perhaps Ray, you can type in the Maltese side of things as well. Will this course be a replacement of face-to-face lessons, or will it be a blended kind of approach? Will the students be able to visit you again next year?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's designed as a stopgap, I think, than and a teaser for something that they could have done this year but can't do this year because of the virus. So we obviously we want to keep the destinations, all three destinations, fresh in everybody's mind. We want the agents who are our trusted friends and fantastic people. Is we know that everybody's struggling, and so we need to be supporting them with material, supporting them with something that is an exciting product that they can sell, and sort of saying, well, did you see what they did for the Teen Explorer program and whatever. So for us, it's very important that we still we market through our agents, we help them, and we offer some good incentives for them to come back again the following year. And I know that was Ray's idea from the beginning. So Malta, Malta was at the forefront of looking at how we can do that. Just remember, for us, slightly in Cape Town, our summer is January, February,
Inverted.
and so we get the Europeans, a few European groups coming down in sort of our winter, which is now. So the majority of our students come down in the warmer time, so they can go onto the beaches and things like that. So yeah, so it's very exciting that we managed to do that. And I believe Trish was on the beach yesterday as well. So it's summer. Yesterday was summer in the UK.
I'll tell you what,
What's today?
Today is winter. I went out this
I
morning.
was expecting that.
It's freezing. It's been
I was
beautiful.
waiting for that.
Honestly, I was shaking walking down from the car. It's absolutely frozen. I don't know where it's come from suddenly, but this must be the Arctic snap that we've been talking about. But that's why I'm happy to be indoors today.
So on top of everything else, yeah, we also have an Arctic snap. Guys, let's talk a little bit about the technical side of things. So we mentioned in the article that we published and that I will share in the live stream now that people can choose between 1 week and 3 weeks for the course.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? What will the 1 week course be like? What will the slightly longer courses be like?
Shall I speak? Okay. So
Yeah, go ahead, Trish.
Sorry. I've gone a bit fuzzy there.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So basically, we're encouraging people to try to do a minimum of 2 weeks, but we will allow people to do a taster session of 1 week as well. But obviously, as a course, it would be better to be more than 1 week. But another incentive we're considering to say to agents that we can have 1 or 2 days, that we can allow some students to actually come in and actually try it out for free. Or maybe our agents would like to do it as well, just to see what we're offering. But in terms of the course itself, it's going to be 10 hours per week classes and 5 hours per week social activities. Well, actually, when I say social, I mean educational social activities. Like Gavin was saying, that basically we want them to learn, but we want them to not know that they're just learning all the time. We want them to be enjoying it because they're kids and we want them to play, So also we were considering, which we're going to do, to get once a week somebody in as a specialist to talk about our cities, talk about our country, talk about the wonders of Cape Town or South Africa or the UK even. It doesn't just have to be Newcastle. There's so many things that we can do with them that can be interactive. So if they could, we started the course this week. We haven't got any students yet because we knew it was very short notice, but we had to have a start date. And we're considering to run this through the summer up until the end of August. We've got a few small groups in the pipeline, mainly groups who are going to come to us anyway. But we're still, it's formative phase, really.
Okay.
But the idea of getting people to come and test it out, we feel is maybe it's a good opportunity.
Okay. And during my conversation with Ray, we also spoke about the timetable. And I saw the Malta timetable, where they would have, if I'm not mistaken, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that will be focusing on Malta, 1 day focusing on Cape Town, 1 day focusing on Newcastle. So, Gav, this question is for you. A group of students who join the Maltese program will have more lessons on Malta. But what will they cover during the day that focuses on Cape Town?
What will they cover? Well, they will they
Will
will
they still have English lessons? What will it be like?
yeah, well they will the whole each country, Malta, South Africa, and Newcastle, have produced lessons on their country, which will be delivered by the Maltese teacher, by the English teacher and by one of my teachers as well. So it will be that, and we have designed these lessons around the cultural aspect of each particular country. So, in other words, the lesson will be all about Mr. Mandela, and they have videos to watch. They have they have some interaction things. They've got to go online. They've got to Google some things. They've got to do everything like that. So it's all exploratory, and it's answering questions and speaking to the people and speaking to each other. Some group work and some pair work. So there's lots of different things how we're getting them interactive to keep them happy, or to keep them not bored, because the whole idea about it. Short, sharp, quick, interesting things that they can go and look at on the internet, find out for themselves. And that's how we've designed the lessons. And our directors of studies of all the schools have had many meetings, and they've got Google Docs and drives, and where they've shared all the information. And so they're very much the same format, which is
Okay.
the whole idea about everybody knows that they're getting something to do with that. But in the day
Very good.
in the classes as well, on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of, say, in Malta, they will be getting just good English lessons.
Okay.
Okay, with
Okay.
a little bit of the
Very
tourism
good.
side thrown in.
Side of
Does that answer
things.
your
Okay.
question?
How about it does. It does perfectly.
Okay.
How about ages, guys? What ages will the students be?
Well, we put the start age as 12, so 12 to 17. However, because
Okay.
it's online, unlike our usual heavy situation with, like, what's it, safeguarding and that sort of thing. What's that? Excuse me. Sorry. Bloody, sorry, the phones.
No problem.
It's like Doctor Who.
The
Anyway,
beauty of life.
sorry, what we were saying there, I've lost my train of thought now.
The age, we
Age.
said the age
All right.
12 to 17.
So it's between 12 and 17, and because we don't have the safeguard, I'm just talking about the UK here, we can, if we want, have more flexibility. If there's an 11 or a 10-year-old or a group of younger students, we will just adapt the courses to their needs. And because
Okay.
obviously we're not in a position to turn away a lot of business at the moment, and we know it's a parental responsibility, not ours, for once, because we are not the person sitting with the child. Obviously, we will make sure there's some sort of parental signage just to make sure if they're under that age, they understand, they have to be in the house with the child when we deliver the classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well. Is it the same? Is it the same for you, Gav?
In Cape Town. No, we're starting at 6 months old.
My picture. 3, 2, 1.
Starting at
Okay.
6 months old. Okay.
No. We're starting the same as Patricia. But as you say,
You're getting superstars being born in Cape Town.
Hey, I bet you there'll be a market for that, Gavin,
yeah,
soon.
it would be, because
Teaching school.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the same, in everybody's countries, but certainly, everybody's doing homeschooling, and I think a lot of the parents will be glad when they can at least take a break away from the homeschooling, whatever. So yeah, listen, we're open. We're just like Newcastle and Malta, open to any suggestions. If you've got a group of 8-year-olds, you've got a group of 9-year-olds or 10-year-olds, then come and speak to us, and we can organize something. So it's
Okay.
not fast. It's not fast and set in stone.
So this is an important message for the agents who are either tuned in live at the moment or who will be watching this video later on our social media. First of all, if you have any questions, please feel free to message these guys. And also, if you have any special requests or if you have any groups, even if they are younger than 12 or potentially older than 17, want to experience something similar, yeah, they can contact you and you'll give them all the details.
Yeah, sure. If I can just add one thing there. I did speak to Ray this morning and Patricia. You know, there are times when we might not be able to form a group for Cape Town, or we might not be able to form a group for Malta. We might not be able to form a group for Newcastle. But what we can do is we can form the group together and get it taught out of Malta or get it taught out of Newcastle or whatever. So you can apply individually and we can get the groups together and we can do like that, because that we just have to coordinate that between ourselves. So that will also help the agents if they haven't got a group but they might have 2 or 3 individuals. We could always put them onto the Newcastle course or to the Malta course. So that
Very
is
good.
another
So that's
another
another,
selling point as well. Yeah.
another important point.
Could I
Okay.
Can I make one very quick point? Are we okay
Yeah,
for time?
of course.
There's another angle to look at things here as well from our perspective, which is actually something I'm very pleased about in many ways. If there has to be a positive side of this, that I feel now, because it's so much more economical to be online, because students don't have to pay for accommodation, they don't have to pay for their
Right.
flights. So we are now able to target markets which we would have felt in the past it's too much for them, because soft currency countries. So we can now put that out to people and say, look, you're paying this price, the same as somebody who comes from not a soft currency country, And so I feel that's opened up possibilities to actually do nicer things for people that in the past couldn't afford to do it.
And
So that's
it also makes the whole experience richer because you will have more nationalities, you know how we're always talking about having as many nationalities as possible, and sometimes, we always get the same groups from the same countries. And this is another very important, in my opinion, another USP, another unique selling point of this program. To start concluding, guys, is there a specific level of English that the students need to have?
do you want to do this, Gavin?
No, you can do that.
We are trying to do it at the moment with 2 levels. We're trying to hit the middle levels, basically, the sort of A2 to B2 levels, because that's usually, obviously we can take A1 as well, but it would be very difficult for us to coordinate this course if there was every single level like we normally have in our usual junior classes here at the school. So that's what we're trying to do. Obviously, we're going to test the students before as well, the same as we've done before. They'll have placement tests. We'll probably do that in advance of them arriving, which makes it a lot easier. Well, they're not arriving on the screen. So yeah, I think that was the plan.
Yeah, if I can just jump in there as well. Our teachers are good, solid Delta and Delta trained teachers and whatever, and they can operate in a multi-level class. So that's what it's all about. And listen, guys, this horrible virus is here to stay for a while, and so we have got to act. We've got to still deliver professional courses, activities. We've still got to be out there in the market. We all want to be alive at the end of this, school wise and personally wise. I'm a bit too. I'm 21 next month, and I want to still be alive on my 22nd birthday. Same as
That's
Trish.
nice.
She's a bit younger. He's a bit younger, but Ray's a bit older. Anyway, so
Just a
yeah,
tiny
no,
little bit, yeah.
just a tiny
I
little
think
bit. Yeah,
Trish and
yeah,
I can actually join one of your teenage programs. Yeah, Trish?
yeah. Yeah, you can do.
We
Yeah, yeah,
qualify
yeah.
as 17-year-olds.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. But I think Ray needs to do. I think Ray needs to do an IT course, not a, not an English course. But anyway, so yeah, that's our message. That's our message from the International House guys, is that this thing is here to stay. We need to be still delivering professional quality courses throughout the network, throughout the schools that we're talking about today, and hopefully get back at
Yeah.
some stage into what we are, good face to face, and even with some blended learning now. Who knows what's going to happen with the marketplace, how we go forward.
Exactly. Hmm.
Yeah.
I also think
It's and
what Gavin just said, I'll just quickly say that blended
yeah,
learning is so important for the future. Anyway, so I mean, even though we're having to do all this quick sort of learning how to do different things online and this and that, it's not wasted. It's not wasted energy, because blended learning will be better when we start doing it blended, because we've had so much experience now. So that's
mhm,
also a plus side to things.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
And I think this is one of the things one of the perhaps positive things that we can take away with us from all of that, everything that's happening around us. So I think as schools, and I see it a lot with all of our members, I had a very interesting chat with Lucy from IH World last week, and we spoke about this. People are exploring new ways of teaching because, like we always say, when the situation gets difficult, people have to find a way to make it work. And I think our industry is known for that. We are very dynamic people. I see it a lot in these programs like this one that you guys have come up with. It's a real pity that Ray hasn't managed to join us, but from our side as student agents, we also promise the people who are watching us that we will have another stream with Ray um, as soon as we can, as soon as the issues are resolved, so that he can also tell us his side of things. So
Yeah.
I
Such
think,
a
guys,
shame.
it's a real pity.
Such a shame. I saw he had his hair done. He put his makeup on today and everything. It was looking really good when I
Oh,
was on Zoom earlier. Such a shame. Such a shame.
but we miss you, Ray, and
I
we
miss you,
promise
Ray.
to
Of course
give
we do,
you
my friend.
Yeah.
a 30-minute solo live. So don't tell the others. It'll just be for you. Trish and Gav, thank you so much for being with us today. It
Pleasure.
was a pleasure seeing you both. I know that normally at this time of the year we'll be bouncing into each other at one place or other, but this time we could only do it virtually, and I very much look forward to seeing you in person
Oh, thank
soon.
you, Bernice, and best of luck for you too.
Thank
Yes, and
You
you, Bernice.
doing these initiatives, they're great. Thank
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much. Anyway,
Bernice and Lynn, schools and agents rock. Thank you very
yeah,
much
thank
indeed.
you.
Ciao.
I'll pay you
Bye.
later.
Okay.
Take care, guys. Thank you
See
very much
you.
for being with us.
Bye.
See you.